today's video. And in today's video, I'll be discussing not only how Republicans could win in New Hampshire come the 2022 midterms, but why they're actually favored to win in the state at the moment. So this would only really happen should Governor Sununu run. Without Sununu, it's almost certainly going to be a Democratic win, probably 7% or more for the Democrats. But I have a lot of maps open, so I'm sorry if I switched to the wrong one. But if we go look back at 2014, this was before Sununu was the president, before he was the governor in New Hampshire. Hassan won her bid by 5.2% in the state of New Hampshire. So obviously, not a huge margin of victory, but a relatively large margin of victory. 5% is still relatively large. She won her bid by 0.1% for the Senate. So she won by 5%, so it's a lot, not a lot compared to what we're going to see. And then went on to win her bid by only 0.1% for the Senate. Sununu, however, won his bid by almost 32%. That is a very, very, very large margin of victory. And while I don't have it pulled up, I just looked at it the other day. I don't know how relevant it is. But when I looked at it, Sununu's approval rating was still 26%, like a net 26% approval rating, which is a very high approval rating. He was in the positive, if not only in the positive by 3-4%, by 26%. That is very, very good. Now, Sununu, in New Hampshire and Vermont, their seats are up every 2 years. So Sununu, should he decide to run for Senate, his seat would be up come 2022. But or his seat would be up and it will be an open seat, so the Democrats will probably be favored to win there. But right now he's looking increasingly like he's gonna run. If I can, I don't have it. I might be able to find it. Just give me 1 second. Apologies, I was not able to find it. But there's a good chance that Sununu does end up running. And now, while I did previously characterize it as tilt blue, because I thought, honestly, the thing is, New Hampshire, it's still a fairly liberal state. And Sununu, even if he is the governor, they might not want to elect their governor. Like, for example, in Vermont, Phil Scott, even if he were to run, he would still probably lose by, at best for him, 11%, which is a very large margin of victory. Maryland, Larry Hogan, if he were to run, probably at best would lose by 6%. Massachusetts, their seat is not up here, obviously, but should their seat be up, should Charlie Baker run, he has a legitimate shot. Not a great shot, they'll probably run the same as Hogan, probably would lose by, at best for him, 3%. So, that's what I would be saying, but the thing is, and if we go and look at the 2020 election results, actually in Vermont, it's perfect. Joe Biden won here by 35.4%. He won in Massachusetts by 34.5%. If we go to Maryland, he won there by 33.2%. So very large margins of victories in all these states. However, if we go back, and we go to New Hampshire, he only won here by 7.3%. And then another thing is, Hassan was able to win her bid with only a 5.1 or 5.2% victory. I think that had Sununu won by 5.2%, he would have lost. Easy. He would not win had he only had a 5.2% margin of victory. He would not be winning any Senate seats. It would not even be relatively competitive. But the thing is, even if it is, because it's still a fairly liberal state, so regardless at this point of, but the thing is, or I guess I'm trying to finish a sentence here. Essentially, it doesn't matter if Sununu won his gubernatorial bid, because if he had only won by 5.2%, it wouldn't mean anything. It's still a liberal state. It's still a fairly liberal state. He would not be coming relatively close to a Senate bid. But the thing is, Hassan was able to win still, even with only a 5% margin of victory. Sununu won by 32%. So regardless of if it's a liberal state, a conservative state, that 33% margin of victory cancels out any 7% Democratic favorability. That cancels it all. It's not existent anymore. So I think that we could honestly see at this point, and like I said, they might not want to elect him to the governorship, or they might want to elect him to the Senate, even if they're going to elect him to the governorship. But the thing is, he's just so popular. He won by such a large margin. It's hard to see him not retaining enough votes, because as we look at this, Sununu won with 65% of the vote. Hassan won her bid with 48% of the vote. So let's assume that Sununu needs, for Hassan to be able to win, Sununu would have to be at, let's just say 49. Let's just use whole numbers. Sununu would have to lose, I think, 16% of his supporters, which is, it's not gonna happen, because he already, like I said, has a net 26% approval rating. His approval rating is very, very high. Not only does he doesn't have just a 26% approval rating, net 26. If I actually go pull that, I want to go get the approval ratings. If I go scroll down to New Hampshire, Sununu, he has a 62% approval rating. He won about 62% of the vote, which means that if I don't know if I'll be able to find Senate approval ratings, I'll go look for them. I was able to find a little bit of some old approval data from Maggie House, and this is dated, but she had, if I'm doing my math correctly, a 16, or actually no, I can just go find it on here. I believe it's 16 up here. 16 a net 16% approval rating. So she is approved of by overall 51% of voters. So that means that she would have to win over every single voter that she's approved of, every single one. She would need to win over every voter that approves of her, while Sununu would only need to win over actually where's his approval rating? And we're just gonna do whole numbers here because I don't want to have to do because you can honestly, I don't know, I'm not a mathematical genius. Obviously, I would assume that you can always make a number smaller by just dividing it by 2. But anyways, Sununu would need to, for him to be able to win, would be able to lose 11% of his voters. 11%, which is a lot. He would be able to lose 11% of voters that, not only, those are voters that approve of him, voters who voted for him in the governor bid. Even if he were to lose 11% of them, he would still win. Even if he were to lose 11% of voters that approve of him, yet disapprove of Hassan, and they go vote for him, or go vote for Hassan over him, he would still win. It's incredible. I think that, honestly, I don't think we're going to see a 15% margin of victory. I think that there is a very good chance that we see an 8, 9, 10 even, maybe, percent margin of victory for Chris Sununu. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my next video, whenever that may be, and I will see you all there. Bye!